course of a 27-year career so far in international diplomacy, one thing has come to be extremely clear over the many different countries and many different environments in which I've served. Security must come first. Without security, citizens cannot enjoy their right to life, their right to property, their fundamental freedoms. You cannot have economic growth and job creation where investors and businesses cannot function effectively, either because of insecurity or because they are preyed on by criminal gangs. Without security, there's very little that can be accomplished for the citizen, for the society. And that's why the partnership of the United States and Nigeria in the security sphere is so important, and one that we take so seriously and that we are so proud of. So I'm very excited to be here today as we continue this very important partnership with a new project, the Special Intervention Squad. We heard a little bit about the origins of this initiative, and I think it's really interesting and very important, and it speaks to the closeness of the relationship that whereas the TPU was a concept that was developed 4 years ago, 5 years ago, for a circumstance at the time, that we have been able to adapt it and shift it in line with the Inspector General's vision. We hope that it will usher in a new era based on principles of community policing, a concept that has proven essential in enhancing public safety and trust. And so in this context, I recognize and I congratulate the Inspector General for his vision, his leadership, and his commitment to this cause, which deserve commendation. Community policing, done well, creates a symbiotic relationship between the police and the communities they serve. By understanding and responding to the unique needs of local communities, this approach becomes a cornerstone of effective modern law enforcement. Our experience in the United States has demonstrated clearly the power of community engagement in promoting safety and building trust. Community policing is also tied to core principles of respect for and protection of human rights, something that's non-negotiable in our approach to law enforcement. Our support for the Nigeria Police Force is aimed at ensuring that law enforcement operations are conducted with the utmost respect for the dignity and rights of every individual, thereby fostering a just and equitable society, and fundamentally demonstrating at every level and in every context that law enforcement is protecting the citizens that it serves. In regions affected by crime and conflict, the restoration of trust in civilian policing is crucial, and the efforts that we start today are geared towards enhancing the capacity of law enforcement agencies to provide essential services, thereby rebuilding that confidence in the police as protectors and servants of the community. But our law enforcement cooperation isn't just goodwill and declaration of principles. The training and equipping of law enforcement agencies, the sharing of expertise and best practices in training civilian law enforcement officers are essential elements of our comprehensive strategy to help build a responsive, capable, and well-equipped police force that protects the civilians and citizens of Nigeria. Another key piece of our joint work in policing is to ensure accountability within law enforcement, a critical aspect of effectiveness and legitimacy. We certainly support Inspector General Egbetokun's emphasis on transparent mechanisms to investigate and address instances of misconduct. This commitment to accountability is vital for fostering public trust and ensuring high standards of professional conduct within the police force. We know that criminality and violence are enormous challenges in today's Nigeria, problems that, as I mentioned, don't just undermine the dignity and security of Nigerian citizens, but also stand in the way of the trade and investment and economic growth that Nigeria needs to create jobs and prosperity for its people. By supporting the initiatives and the vision of the Inspector General, we aim to help create an environment where economic activity can thrive, where citizens can live in a society free from the fear of violence or insecurity. So the United States and Nigeria are accomplishing great things together in every sphere, especially in the area of security. And we will continue this important work for the benefit of both our peoples. I look forward to seeing the results of our collaboration play out in the years to come. I thank you again for having me today, for our strong partnership, and for your dedication to our shared values and goals.
I'm excited to welcome you all to the Nigerian Police Force Headquarters on this auspicious occasion of the formal signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, on the establishment and operationalization of the Nigerian Police Force Special Intervention Squad between the governments of the United States of America and the government of Nigeria. A lot of groundwork, including series of meetings between officials from both sides, had gone into this. Hence, it is gratifying that the unwavering determination from both sides has eventually birthed this MOU, which is a major leap towards the establishment of our Special Intervention Squad. On my assumption of duty as Inspector General of Police of Nigeria, I pledged commitment to tackling all forms of violent crime in our country and create an enabling environment for law-abiding citizens to go about their lawful endeavors without any hindrance or fear of molestation. We subsequently evaluated the level of the forces' preparedness and have started putting measures in place to swiftly deploy critical assets in response to crisis situations in the country. To bridge the gap existing in our operational capacity, the idea of Special Intervention Squad was conceived. A Special Intervention Squad consisting of specially trained police officers that will be placed on standby, spared of other conventional routine police duties, whose major task will solely be to rapidly intervene in crisis situations across the country. This thought, I later discovered, was similar to the earlier concept of the Transitional Police Unit, previously conceived for security of people in territories beset by security threats and supported by the government of the United States of America. This concept then brought both the government of the United States of America and the government of Nigeria together as parties to a letter of agreement signed on 19th August 2014. The thought of a unit with larger scope of schedule and responsibilities than that of the Transitional Police Unit for timely intervention in crisis situations across the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT brought about the Special Intervention Squad. The SIS, as conceived, is an elitist, specially trained, well-equipped, and highly mobile unit of the force, capable of anticipating and rapidly responding to crisis situations. The Nigerian Police Force, under my leadership, is adopting a comprehensive approach to security by integrating community policing principles and strategies in policing our diverse communities. Let me also reiterate here that we remain committed to the principles of transparency, accountability, and human rights promotion and protection in all our operations. We are also committed to ensuring that adherence to these principles remains the foundation upon which our actions and decisions are based and measured by the larger Nigerian society and the global community. We recognize the centrality of this to sustaining the trust and confidence of the Nigerian people. The SIS will therefore operate in a manner consistent with international best practices. Relevant policies, standard operating procedures, and other administrative instructions are being prepared to guide the operation of the Special Intervention Squad. At this juncture, I wish to express my profound appreciation to His Excellency, Mr. David Green, Charge d'Affaires, Embassy of the United States of America, Abuja, and indeed the US government for the unwavering support and commitment towards the realization of this project. Permit me also to extend my special appreciation to the officials of the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs and other consular staff for the enormous work done so far. It is our expectation that with the signing of this MOU today, the operationalization of the Special Intervention Squad will commence in earnest. Finally, I wish to assure Your Excellency that the Nigerian Police will optimize the gains of this MOU while we look forward to exploring other areas of mutually beneficial collaboration. Thank you, and God bless you all.